The three most commonly asked questions I get asked by members of the BitSquad are: Ben, will you manage my portfolio? Ben, will you spend the rest of your life with me? And Ben, what's the single most undervalued coin in crypto today? The answers are simple: no, no way, and Cartesi. If you've been following the channel for a while, you'll know that Cartesi is easily one of my favorite projects in the entire space. Why? Because when it comes to crypto, every potential investment should meet the following criteria: a crystal clear use case, check; innovative and cutting edge tech, check; last but not least, a team capable of delivering at the very highest level, check and mate. In previous videos, we've taken deep dives into how Cartesi achieves all these things and more. Today, we'll be giving a quick recap of why the space needs Cartesi, as well as looking at some of the top developments coming from one of the most exciting, powerful, and undervalued projects in all of crypto. Let's get it. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money and crypto, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you want to go deeper into crypto, make sure to check out bitlabacademy.com. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Cartesi, a project that I'm actually an advisor for. Our previous Cartesi videos have covered everything from their decentralized Descartes Oracle, the Noether side chain, tokenomics, game-changing gaming, and NFT applications, as well as the staking opportunities now available on mainnet. But for those of you who might be new to the channel, here's a super quick, high-level Cartesi 101. Of all the Layer 2 solutions aiming to solve the scalability problem, Cartesi stands apart thanks to a unique set of features. First of all, it's not just a blockchain. It's a blockchain operating system. So it isn't just about scaling, it's about taking smart contracts to the next level. How? By bridging the gap between mainstream software and smart contract development. You see, Cartesi isn't simply a blockchain. It's an operating system, a layer 2 solution that integrates Linux and standard programming environments to the blockchain in a totally unique way. Let's put this into context. You might think Linux is the operating system of choice for nerds. And guess what? You'd be right. But that's because it is by far the most versatile, programmable, powerful system available, not only for basement dwellers, but also the smartest brains in the business. Which is why Cartesi is such a dream proposition, the nerd equivalent of a golden ticket to the chocolate factory. Why? Because it allows for limitless coding in a range of programming languages, meaning pretty much anyone can write smart contracts using mainstream software stacks. If that doesn't make you want to howl with excitement, congratulations. You're probably not living in mom's basement. But still, you don't have to be a genius to see the value here. The potential for companies to enter the blockchain space already knowing they can work with the tools and languages they're already familiar with. Better yet, it's blockchain agnostic and combines a groundbreaking virtual machine with optimistic roll-ups as well as sidechains to transform the way developers create dApps. But I know you're not just here for the tech, so let's talk price action. CTSI is currently the 160th crypto asset with a market cap of over $450 million and is trading at 95 cents. Those might sound like decent figures, and they've both seen massive growth since we first covered the project here on this channel back when the token was a mere 7 cents. But to put it into perspective, Polygon, currently the most widely used Layer 2 solution, is a top 20 coin with a market cap just shy of $11 billion. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not expecting Cartesi to flip Polygon this cycle. But in terms of how much room this thing has to grow, some basic moon math goes a long way. In the very short term, breaking into the top 100 would need a market cap of around $1.1 billion. In other words, pretty easy 2x from here. Achieving a market cap similar to Polygon's would see growth potential of more than 20x. Now, by no means discrediting Polygon by saying I think this is possible. I'm a huge Polygon fan. It's a large part of our portfolio. But where they made going fast to market a number one priority, Cartesi took the Charles Hoskinson approach by taking their time. So while Polygon did an amazing job using ideas like Plasma and sidechains to bring applications to Ethereum, Cartesi focused on rollups, which in simple terms provides better security guarantees because the data is on chain. So for applications dealing with untold sums of money, rollups are a clear choice. Though clearly these solutions will work in tandem in the ecosystem. But anyways, don't FOMO into Cartesi thinking it's going to be flip Polygon in the next few months. I'm just saying all this to illustrate how massively undervalued I believe this project to be in the long term. Now, let's look at the chart. At the time of recording, you'll see that CTSI is sitting just above an uptrending support line that's been in play for over a month now. Whether it continues to hold or not could come down to whether Bitcoin decides to tease us all with the leg down to the low 50s. Since everyone's now expecting that to happen, who knows? Maybe by the time this video goes out, Bitcoin could just as easily have pumped back to new all-time highs. Squid Game? More like whale games. Anyway, zoom out onto the daily chart and you'll notice CTSI is sitting 80% below the all-time high from May this year, which also acted as resistance after a mid-November rally, saw prices skyrocket from 84 cents all the way to $1.74. Yep, when Cartesi pumps, it tends to move fast and with serious volume. But with staking opportunities comes a greater incentive for token holders to show their diamond hands. After all, what two words sound better together than passive income? And as we covered in our last video, after months of intense development and beta testing, Cartesi recently launched staking delegation on the mainnet, allowing anyone to create a decentralized pool where holders can delegate their tokens in a safe and trusted environment, which is great news for everyone because it's fully decentralized, meaning it's safe, secure, you maintain full ownership at all times. Speaking of which, BitSquad, we got you. We're working hard on getting a pool up and running as soon as possible, meaning you'll be able to stake your Cartesi with the absolute strongest and largest and greatest community in all of crypto. But for the impatient among you, there are already some fantastic options out there. Only recently, Cartesi announced RockX had launched a pool with no other. These guys are serious hotshots, institutional grade validators who participated in validation test runs for Kusama, Polkadot, Solana, and more. Given their vast experience, it's no surprise they've got a top-tier team of engineers with a track record that speaks for itself and no major downtime. Plus, they've got well over $200 million of crypto assets being staked, bringing in an annual yield of almost $20 million. I mean, staking's cool. More importantly, though, it's super important for the health of any project and overall strength of its community. But you know what's also cool? An all-in-one app that's a non-custodial crypto wallet and instant messenger. And that's exactly what Me is, a DeFi messaging platform based on the open source Telegram API. In short, Me allows users to send crypto via Telegram handles, just a few clicks. Thanks to a recent integration announced last week, their 2.5 million users can now hold, send, and receive CTSI, which is all part of the Cartesi team's ambition to expand access to the thriving CTSI community. Be part of the thriving and poker-faced BitSquad by smashing that like and subscribe button. That gets you the latest in crypto, NFT, and metaverse news across all the interwebs. If you guys want to dig deeper into some of the technical developments going on behind the scenes, then check out their November development recap published on Medium. It goes into some of the stuff we already talked about in the last recent video, not least of which was the massive inroads they're making with security and privacy in online gaming. Ever felt put off by sketchy online poker platforms? I know Ben Armstrong, most recently seen crushing it, mostly at the WSOP in Las Vegas, have experienced many of these issues firsthand. See what I did there? First hand. Anyways, Cartesi's Texas Hold'em aims to bring trust back to online poker with a verifier fully integrated to the turn-based game's smart contracts, meaning games can be started on the blockchain and replayed and verified later by Descartes validator nodes. That might not sound like a big deal, but don't be fooled. Online poker is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's plagued with a bunch of issues Cartesi is looking to set to solve for good. Poker is just the tip of the iceberg. For card sharks interested in becoming a tester, check out poker.cartesi.io for more information on how to get involved. Who knows? You might even find yourself losing to me. For all of these reasons, their industry standard, massively scalable Linux-based computing system that makes smart contracts available to the global population of nerds and introduction of staking and delegation to the mainnet, not to mention a vision that encompasses the ethos of Web3, Cartesi remains one of the most important and undervalued projects in the entire space. Its rock-solid fundamentals mean it's practically a shoe-in to become a top 100 coin in the short term, and way higher than that further down the line. As our head of business development, Bruno Maya, put in a recent AMA, as the blockchain OS, Cartesi's mission is to become the interface layer between the existing world of software that developed during the last decades and this new, exciting, emerging world of blockchain. Cartesi is therefore home to what is next. Don't sleep on the future, folks. That's all I got. Be blessed. Way out.